Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I am Justin, and this channel is going to be more of a dedication than really more than what you would normally see of, people building up drag cars. I'll eventually build one, but this is going to be a dedication to document my journey into racing and hopefully, see how cool a lot of the people in the community are. I have I can't remember if it was a 78 or a 79 Ford F250 Super Cab. Engine seized, and I have a wedding coming up in a few months, basically May, and I want to have this be the getaway vehicle. Currently, interior was rat infested and ultimately disgusting, and engines seized. Transmission, not really good. Brakes, sitting in a field for 20 years. More or less, this whole vehicle needs a bottom-up rebuild, and I want to make it look a little bit, prettier than patina for a getaway vehicle. So, welcome to the journey, and I hope you enjoy the project. All right, one of the first things we have to do is we have to go through and make a list as to what it is that we're doing. There's a fly. So first, we have to make a list to go through everything that we're doing. So, as I mentioned, the engine is garbage. So, along with the engine being bad, I'm just going to do this. All right, so along with the engine, the transmission is also, I'm just going to do that word. So engine, transmission, and because, there's a possible need for a rear gear, I'm not going to put that on there because I don't know what it looks like. I need to pop open the pumpkin and see what the gear oil looks like, the condition of the gears. But there very well could be a rear end being put in. Now, also, the suspension or the running gear is pretty bad. So I'm going to just put suspension. And I have plans for these. This is the only one that I need to source right now. But along with that, I'm going to need wheels and tires. It's kind of hard to go anywhere if you're just skating on, steels. So then, on top of the wheels and tires, we're also going to need, brakes. I know, my handwriting is gorgeous. Then, because the interior was rat infested, we're going to be pulling a lot of that, and then we're going to need a new interior. I'm afraid this whiteboard is just going to fall off the wall. More on that later. So here's some of the key big ones that we got. Got an engine, transmission, suspension, wheels, tire, brakes, interior. There's going to be more things, like we're going to have to replace the windshield and some of the side glass. So I'm going to just put glass for tracking that. And also there's going to be a need to repaint it. So we're going to paint at some point, hopefully. If not, and it comes to a time crunch, we will do some form of wrap or plasti dip or something of that variation. Now, for the engine, I have a LS platform basically sitting in the corner of the garage. I'm going to need to rebuild. So we're going to have to go through it, check it, make sure everything is good. For the transmission, I need the source one, but this truck was originally a manual. I would like to keep it a manual. So I would like to source a T56 manual transmission to bolt up to that LS. Main reason why I want to keep it manual instead of converting to automatic. Manual and automatic transmissions are different sizes, and therefore they have different arches in the floor of the truck. And I don't want to chop up a rust-free example of the truck. There might be some surface rust, but as a whole, this truck is pretty rust-free. So I don't want to cut into it just because I chose to, if that makes sense. For the suspension, I haven't ordered it yet, but I have an idea of what I want to do. This has leaf rear springs, and I want to convert to coilover. And the front suspension is the dual I-beam, and it just doesn't make sense to me. I would rather convert it to a double wishbone suspension and, you know, fix any type of repairs with something that's more modern and also has adjustability, because this isn't going to be a 3/4 ton application truck anymore. It's going to be more of a cruiser, potentially drag racer. You know, we'll see how that goes. And that I was looking at from a company called QA1. They have conversions. For the wheels and tires, big old question mark. I have no idea what I'm doing there. Brakes, big old question mark. A lot of these are going to be things that I need to figure out at a later date. But this is the general thing that needs to get covered, and I will break these down more into their own individual videos and steps and processes. But this is the general list that we need to accomplish. So let's get to it. All right, first off, we need to get the rest of this interior out. I do have another chunk of video when me and my girlfriend, fiance now, were pulling the seats out because we needed to clean up as much as we could before we would bring it into the garage. And now it's basically just carpet, and we need to get rid of it. Some of it still has good color, but most of it is stained by 40 years of dirt because I'm pretty confident it was never cleaned thoroughly before. So we're going to clear out rest of the carpet, rest of the interior, and then we're going to assess what to do from there.
All right, so what are we going to do today?
Well, first off, we're going to take the interior out of Angus so we can basically start actually getting this ready to put in a new race interior. So I think we're going to start off by taking the front bench out. And I think after that we're going to start working on the back bench and then hopefully get to the carpet.
Deal.